Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to an exciting video. I am finally going to set up my very first spreads in my 2026 Hobonichi cousin Avec. I am so excited. In this video, we're going to be setting up my January monthly spread, and then really quickly, you're going to see me set up my weekly spread, but my weekly spread is going to be a very fast spread because I'm only working Monday through Wednesday. I don't have any afternoon appointments because everything has been canceled. And so it's a very minimalistic week for me this coming week. So that'll just kind of be a really quick plan with me. I'm also going to really quickly kind of go through how I set up my fitness journal in my Common Planner N1. So there's a lot happening. I'm so excited to finally be diving into my planners for 2026. And so if you would like to see how I set up my January monthly spread, the first week of January in my Avec, and then also kind of how I set up my very first week in my Common Planner for my fitness journal, then go ahead and keep watching. All right, so first of all, I did decide to go ahead and start using my Hobonichi cover that I bought in 2025, I believe. I bought this from the Hobonichi website. I do not know if there's any other place that you can order this, and I don't know right now if it's still currently on the website, but I do love this. It reminds me of a Trapper Keeper from when I was back in the 80s in elementary school, and I love this, plus it's yellow, and it just kind of feels like appropriate for my yellow cover in my Hobonichi cousin. Let's really quickly, actually, before I get started in that, let's just go ahead and knock out my fitness journal. Just because it's already set up, I'm just going to kind of walk through what I decided to do. So I've decided I am going to use this as a step tracker. I'll keep track of how many steps I take every single day. Hopefully I can maintain this. We'll see if that actually happens. This is my quarterly spread. I've decided on 3 priorities for this quarter. I want to work out 3 times a week. I want to try to drink 64 ounces of water daily. And my goal would be to lose 5 pounds by March, end of month. I've already started for January to list what my weight was for the first, what my weight is at the end of the month. And then for workouts, I'm going to count how many workouts I do during the month of January. There should, if I work out 3 times a week, there should be 13 total workouts I do if I do every single one of them. So I'll be counting how many those I do, how many days I actually meet my 64 ounce water. So I'll have so many days out of 31. And then I'm also going to try to keep track of if I can make 6 hours of sleep every night, because I have a very bad habit of only getting 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night, and I would like to make it at least 6. And so I'll be counting how many days during the month I hit my 6 hours. On this side, I'm going to go ahead and use this as like a habit tracker. So the first 3 columns, I'm going to put a dot or an X or something to annotate whether I did my 3 workouts, if I did my 64 ounce of water, and if I did 6 hours of sleep. And then the other 4 boxes are going to be a mood tracker. So I have if I'm happy, if I'm okay, if I'm or if I am bad, just to kind of keep track of my mood. I did that back in 2024, and I'm going to try to do it again in this one because I felt like this is kind of part of the wellness aspect of this planner, so I thought it was appropriate. And then to my monthly spread, I am going to use a little dot marker, and I'm going to put a dot, like a little blue dot if I hit my 6 hours, a yellow dot if I did my 3 workouts or if I did my workout for that day, and then a green dot if I did water. I should have actually done water as blue, but I didn't think that far ahead. And then I also got little smiley, like 4 stamps for smiley, happy, and mad or whatever. And I'm going to do a little stamp here for all of the days and my overall mood of that day. So that's kind of my plan for this. And then for my first weekly spread, this is what it's going to look like. This is going to be a breakfast, lunch, and dinner food log. I'm going to have my beginning weight up here. I'm going to go ahead and have like cross an X if I get my 64 ounces, what my step count is, and if I did my workout, like what workout I did. And then these little boxes are going to be just kind of overall thoughts, if I have any for that day, just so I can kind of keep track of, you know, what I'm thinking mood-wise, food-wise, just overall health-wise. It's like a little section for me to list out my thoughts. So that is my weekly spread. And then I do have in the journal pages, I've decided to go ahead and just for the very first day or very first blank page, this is going to be like my health and wellness notes if I go to the doctor's appointment or something like that. So that is my health planner. This is going to be going in my purse that I'll be taking with me basically everywhere I go. I also have on my phone reminders 3 times during the day. So like a morning reminder, afternoon reminder, and an evening reminder. So I can try to make sure I don't miss anything in my planner, because I know life just will get ahead of me and I don't want to forget to mark anything down. So I do have reminders in my phone to help me keep track of annotating this. So now let's dive into the Hobonichi. I did also make a little updates on here. So on this calendar, I don't know if you can really see, I took some highlighters. They're like little like Bible highlighters, and I have a green, like a teal green or something like that for all of the paydays, and then I did a brown color for all the federal holidays. So I went to every single month and just annotated those. I don't know how beneficial it'll be, but it gives me something to kind of use on this page. Usually these 2 pages are always blank in my Hobonichi cousin, so I felt like I should do something. I didn't really do anything here except for I do have a little header here saying include pictures. So previously in 2025, I did a dot marker for everything that had a picture. I think this time, instead of using the dot, I'm just going to use a highlight and just highlight that whole row. That way I can just write down whatever that particular day's picture is about instead of using a dot marker. So I'll use a highlight instead of the dot. So that's the only change that I have for here. And then that's pretty much it. So let's just go ahead and jump into the January monthly spread. So my plan for January is I want to use up my stickers. If you have not seen my previous video, I just uploaded a 2026 sticker stash. So all of the stickers that I currently have going into 2026, I want to try to use as many stickers as I can. This last year in 2025, I really didn't use as many as I thought I would. I didn't use any monthly kits or weekly kits or anything like that. I also have all of my stickers from Sterling Ink and my stickers from Hubman and Chubgirl, my subscription that I had in 2025. I just have all of those stickers that I've just been hoarding and I need to get rid of. So for 2026, I'm going to try to use as many as I possibly can. I think for January, instead of using an actual like monthly kit, I want to use my Sterling Ink stickers. So that is the plan for this spread. So in this 3-ring binder, I have all of my Sterling Ink stickers, and I think I'm just going to use maybe the December because it's still kind of a wintry type theme, and being January, I think it's just very fitting and appropriate. So I'm going to take out all of these stickers that I currently have for December, and I'm going to use them. I'm obviously not going to use the December headers because this is for January. So that is the goal for the monthly spread here. But before I jump into it, I want to go ahead and list out all of the appointments and things that I need to remember or kind of plan ahead for this month. So I want to go ahead and get my pen out, which I'm going to be using this. This is actually the Muji pen in 05. It is in the body of the Sharpie S Gel, but this is actually the Muji pen. It has a growing stuff. So I'm going to be using the Muji gel pen in 05 for my pen. And then for my highlighter that I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use this mild liner in, it's like one of the mist. I don't remember what the colors are. It's all in Japanese. I have no idea. But I'm going to be using this color to highlight all of my appointments in my monthly spread. So I'm going to do that really quickly as I look at my phone so I don't forget anything. So this is the plans that I have for this coming month. I do want to go ahead and use some other stickers really quickly. On the 11th, my daughter's birthday. She turns 16. A couple doctor's appointments. Then I have another doctor's appointment for my daughter. Full book icon because there is a book club here I'm going to try to go to. I haven't been to a book club in forever. And I don't have anything for nail appointments. And then maybe I can do like an emoji face for the 2 holidays that we have. Like I said, my goal is to try to use up stickers in 2026. So that's what we're gonna do. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and put down some stickers to decorate this spread. A lot of these big ones I'm not going to use just because they are too big. Like all of these, I'm gonna end up putting them back in my little 6-ring binder. And then maybe I'll use one of these going down the side for my like sidebar. This is why, so if you saw my previous video with the stickers, I can't tell like how big this sticker is easily because it just blends into the background. So what I do is I just take this back off. It bugs me that I cannot tell how big these stickers are. And so I just peel this off and it makes it so much easier. Because now without the back on, I can place it and I know exactly if it's going to fit or not. Whereas before I had no idea. So little trick I found. You know what? I'm just going to take the back off of all of these because I really hate not knowing how big these stickers are. I think I did this so much that now if I don't have it, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. That one came off. That one got attached. I wasn't paying attention. Let's put this right here. There we go. Okay. I feel so much better now. And with if you've never seen any of my monthly spread videos, once I put down my appointments for my monthly spread, I very rarely will I go back to make any updates or adjustments. So once I put down, it's kind of crooked. Once I put down my appointments, I don't ever really have to worry about going back and adding more appointments to it. So if there's any kind of gaps, I have no problem just kind of covering those up. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cut this down the middle. 1/2 on one side of the page. There we go. And then I think that's going to be it for this monthly spread. I do have all of these other stickers. I'm just going to go ahead and put back with the rest of my Sterling ink stickers so I can use them later on in the year. Now I'm going to turn to the first full week in my Hobonichi cousin and go ahead and do a really quick plan with me for this week. Like I said, I only work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't Monday or Thursday is a holiday, and then Friday I have on vacation, and I have nothing planned other than work. So it's gonna be a very easy spread. So I'm just gonna really quickly go through that. There is gonna be one little minor change I'm going to do, and that's gonna be over here on my sidebar. I always track my sleep hours, which I'm going to do again, but this time I'm going to use a mild liner, probably in whatever color theme I decide to do for this weekly spread. And I'm going to kind of dash out the 6-hour mark of my sleep log as kind of like where I want to be. So hopefully as I'm going through the week, all of my sleep will be above that 6-hour mark. If I meet my goals, that should not be an issue. So that's going to be really the only change to this. I'm also probably not going to annotate on here my workouts anymore because that's going to be in my fitness planner and I don't need to annotate it in 2 different planners. So I will, if I do a workout, I will time block that time in here, but I'm not going to have a workout tracker on my sidebar. So I'm going to have my sleep and probably just to do, and that's going to be it. So I'm going to go ahead and jump to doing this weekly spread and we'll catch up once I am finished. So that is going to be what my weekly spread looks like. It is so bare today considering there's only 3 work days and everything is canceled because of the New Year's break. So I don't know what the spread's going to look like, but I must say I am looking forward to a very relaxing week this week, even though I do have to go to work 3 days. So with that, that is going to be it for this video. I am so excited to be playing around in my 2026 planner in addition to my 2026 fitness planner and starting to actually keep track of health and fitness and all that kind of stuff to hopefully get myself back in the routine that I should be in regardless of the year and the time of the year. Thank you so much for watching. I do have my 2025 flip through in both of my Hobonichi Avecs. That video is going to be coming up next. So if you would like to see all of my completed spreads to include my monthly, my weekly, and my daily spreads, then definitely keep an eye out for that. That will be coming very soon. And yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see everybody in my next video. Bye!